Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video let's have a relook at the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Lite. And guys, if you recall, just about 3 months ago I had reviewed this smartphone, and the thing is that you get the full S Pen functionality with this one. Just a couple of weeks ago, I started retesting it. Because last month I noticed I saw a mail from Samsung India that this smartphone has got a new major update. So I did apply that. And if you guys recall, from the last couple of days, you guys are asking me on social media, especially on Twitter, I'm posting photographs, which smartphone I'm using. Actually, it was with this one. And the camera has hugely improved. So let's have a relook at this smartphone now and see how it does. And the good thing is that I was checking Flipkart's website. The pricing of this smartphone hasn't increased, unlike many other smartphones. It's still, you can get it for 38,000 and the 8GB variant for 40,000. So let's have a look. And again, I won't go into all the aspects that I've already covered in my review. Let's look at some of the new things that I have noticed on this smartphone. And first thing is the screen, guys. It's having that 6.7 inch screen. But before that, let's quickly talk about the specs. As you can see from this one, it has a 6.7 inch screen, 128 gigabytes of storage, RAM will be 6 or 8, triple rear facing camera, front facing is 32, and a 4500 milliamp hour battery with that 25 watt fast charging. And the first thing that again I noticed is that screen, that 6.7 inch screen. And yes, we can't forget about the S Pen. You get the S Pen, and this is the full functional S Pen with Bluetooth features. I did play around with the S Pen a little bit. For example, if I was just playing around with it, if I look at all the view notes, and it has that hover feature. If you just hover over it, it magnifies. For example, I was just jotting down notes and stuff. For example, now let's actually we can cancel off the Note 10 Lite testing that I'm doing. Let's just go back. So S Pen is the thing, and again it has that Bluetooth features. Watch my video that I've already posted about the S Pen. You can use this as a trigger to take selfies and stuff. You have that button, as you can see now. It triggered that. I can just press this button and it will take that. You can do it with the rear facing camera, and again you can use the S Pen to write notes and all this. I won't get in depth regarding S Pen. I would link Saki Tech's video. He made a 22-minute video regarding the S Pen and what you can do. But anyways, so let's move on. And again, I like the screen quality of this one. And again, it has that always on screen and all these things. And fingerprint scanner, I would say I had to re-register once more. Now I have two fingerprint scanners set, two fingers set with the same, and now it is a little bit more responsive, as you can see. Now regarding the update, what I did notice is that if I go over here, if we go to about the phone and if we go to software information, now we are getting the new version, that is One UI version 2.1, and I also got some security updates. It's on the June Android security update. So nice to see that Samsung has given the updates, and I feel in terms of camera we got a huge improvement. I'll show you some of the new features that I have noticed regarding the camera. But in general responsiveness, the phone is actually good, guys. I did not have an issue with this. Again, no hint of lag, and even in terms of multitasking and stuff, it's fine. As you can see, you can move around with the apps and camera. I was using like this, and it's fine. I completely forgot. In the email what Samsung had sent me, there was also, they mentioned that you can get this smartphone now for 5,000 off if you have a Citibank credit card. And I checked the Flipkart website and couldn't find it. But finally I noticed that offer is valid only on the Samsung's own website. Here if it says you can get 5,000 cash back if you have a Citibank credit card. But again guys, this is a limited offer, so again check the website. So now let's also look at one more small thing that I noticed, because if you guys recall, I've been testing a lot of headphones, and I did test quite a bit of Bluetooth headphones and even wired headphones with this one, and I have to say the Bluetooth range is very good on this smartphone. And one small thing that I noticed is that when I was testing a lot of headphones, if you go into the settings and go into the sound quality and effects, and here it is. Here, if you go to sound quality and effects, here you can actually tweak around with the sound settings. And I would say, again, you have the equalizer. If you play around with this, you can do that. And it overall affects the sound performance. Obviously, Dolby Atmos option is there. But I like this adapt sound option. And here you can set, and it slightly tweaks the sound a little bit. And you get a good sound signature. And I did also test it with a couple of wired headphones like my Audio Technica, etc. The output after playing around with that was actually very good. Now let's look at the camera on this one. And regarding battery life, it has a 4500 milliamp hour battery, and it was giving me a typical day's worth of battery life. SOT, I would say, was ranging anywhere between 4.5 to about 5.5 hours with this one. The nice thing is that it comes with that 25 watt fast charger bundled in the box, hence it charges very quickly. Now let's look at the camera. I have noticed some new things on this one, and let's have a closer look at the same. And the first thing that I noticed is that this was actually not there on the earlier variant. Now we have single take option on this one. What it does is, for example, it works even in selfies, and if you just take a picture like this and just move around and all those things, it captures a lot of stuff. For example, let me show you, actually let's go to the gallery. I've taken a sample in my office earlier so that I can give you a good idea. I think so this was the single take, and as you can see, it just not takes one picture, it takes multiple pictures, it takes even video. So it's a really nice feature. As you can see, in just one you get a monochrome, you get all the effects in just a single photograph, and this works even with the front facing camera, as I have shown you. So this was actually a high-end feature, only restricted to the Galaxy S series. It's nice to see that they have provided this. We always have the video, but now we even have the pro video mode, so you have full manual control now even in the video mode. As you can see, you can change the shutter, you can change the white balance, saturation, all those things. So again, if you are into video, you can change even the white balance. Then you finally have the pro mode also on this one. So that was actually a nice thing. And one more thing that I noticed in terms of video was that earlier, if I recall, when I reviewed it a couple of months back, when we were shooting video, you couldn't change, for example, to the wide angle or zoom within the video. Now you can do it, and I took a sample shot. As you can see, within the video you can move between zoom, wide angle, etc. So it gives you a lot more flexibility. Also, this zoom feature, I noticed they have implemented digital zoom now. As you can see, in regular photograph we always had that wide angle, then we had the regular, then we had the 2x zoom, but now we also have digital zoom. As you can see, you can zoom in and you can go up to 10x, and here are some of the samples that I have taken with the same ultra wide, regular, that 2x zoom, and finally that 10x zoom. So again, that was also a nice feature that I have noticed. And also that 10x zoom will work even in the night mode. So definitely I would say in terms of camera, I have seen a huge improvement. And here are some of the sample shots that I was just taking casually and I posted on Twitter, and many of you appreciated the shots, and all these samples were actually taken with this Note 10 Lite. So I would say one of the huge improvements I would say that I've noticed when I reviewed it a couple of months back to now is the camera performance. The camera performance has increased quite a bit, and I'm glad to see that Samsung has added more modes in this. For example, the single take and the other pro video modes. So that is the big improvement that I've seen. So to summarize, I would say this phone has aged well. Again, the big advantage of the Note series is the S Pen. If you are a business person, you will really appreciate the S Pen. So you have that full functionality of the S Pen, mind you. And this is actually Bluetooth, and this charges automatically within the silo. For example, if I take out, it will show you that it's at 100% right now. So you have the full S Pen functionality, and I would say overall a very good smartphone for business-centric users. And now the big improvement, I would say the camera has also highly improved. I would not suggest this smartphone if you are a sort of very heavy gamer, but apart from that, if you're looking for a non-Chinese smartphone for business-centric user, if you are, and if you want an S Pen, you can certainly go out and look at this one. I leave the links of Flipkart and even that Samsung store that I have noticed for your reference. Anyways guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care guys.